Hi guys, how you guys doing? You're welcome to my channel. On today's video, we'll be cutting a stylish kimono gown that has slit at the front and a satin at the front also. But I would love to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys. Please, if you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, like and comment. When you like it, it encourages me to do more for you. Thank you very much. So now let's go into this project we have for today. To cut this stylish kimono, I'll be making use of this beautiful print, this Ankara print for this style. And you know Ankara print is by 45. The length of this gown is by 58. Instead of me folding by the length of the fabric, I'll be folding by the width of the fabric. So now we're folding our fabric. This is the length of the fabric. You know, length of Ankara is by 45, so we can't use that. So we fold this way. Okay, you know, like if we open this now, we fold by 2. When we open this, it will be by 45. But now as we fold this into 2, gives us, let's see what we have, give us 22.5. So now it's like this, we fold the length, but we'll place it this other way. Now we get the length. I will get the length of the gown. I'm done with the placing of my fabric. I fold in the length, I fold by the length, then I fold by the width of the Ankara fabric. And you can see I fold the front and the back together. We'll be cutting the front and back together. So now next thing we have to do is to mark the length of the gown. The length of the gown we're working with is 58 plus 2 inches for folding allowance. So now we'll just come down from here by 10 inches for the armhole opening. 10 inches, and we'll come down by the waist. This is the waistline, 17 inches, and the hip line, which is 26 inches. We use 26 inches for the hip. So now let me connect these lines together. So guys, I'm done with the marking of the lines we need for this gown. I came down by 1 inch for my startup line, and I marked 10 inches for the armhole area where the hand will come out from, and 17 inches for the waist. This is the hip, 26 inches. This is the armhole, waist, hip. So now we'll just place our back measurements here. The back we're working with is 14 divided by 2 give me 7 inches. Then we'll add the sleeve. The length sleeve we are using is 9 inches, and mark. We'll come down here by 1 inches for the shoulder slant, 1 inches. Then now we have to get the neckline. The neckline we are going to be using is 3.5. 3.5 for the back, 3.5 for the front. This 3.5 I'm marking now is the width of the neckline. Then I'll come down by 1.5 for the length of the neckline and mark. I'll connect my back neckline this way. This is the back neckline. Then the front neckline, you know, we're cutting the front and back together. This is 3.5. We'll leave the front neckline for now. When we get there, we'll continue. So now we have to connect this 1 inches to this 3.5 inches mark we have here. So we just slant the line like this to meet the neck width we have here. Okay, this is the slanted line. Then this, on this armhole area where our hand will come out from, that's where we'll put the bust measurement. The bust I'm working with is 36. 36 divided by 4 give me 9 inches. This is 9 here. I'll mark my 9 inches here and add 1 inches for ease. This 1 inches for ease, and I'll add 1 inches for seam allowance. Use my 1 inches for seam allowance. Then now we'll check what we have on this shoulder. The shoulder we have 16 there. Then I will come to this my armhole line here and come in by 1 inches. You know we have 16 here. We'll mark 15 inches here to have that slant line we used to have on our kimono. I will connect this line together like this. That's for the sleeve area. So now we'll come to the waistline. We'll divide the waist. The waist we are working with is 33. 33 divided by 4 give me 8.25. I'll put down my 8.25 here. On the waist area, we'll add 3 inches for ease and sewing allowance. This 3 inches is plus the sewing allowance. Then I will add. Now I will measure the hip line. The hip we are working with is 45. 45 divided by 4 gives me 11.5. So this is my 11.5 here. I'll mark 11.5 here and add 3 inches to this hip area. I will bring this my hip measurement that we have here. We have 14.75. I'll put it down to the hemline. Now let me adjust my fabric so we can get the hemline. I've connected the lines together to the hem line. You can see I've connected straight down. What I have on the hip, that's what I connect straight down to the hem line. So now let's adjust this and connect the hip line to the waist and the waist to the bust. First thing we have to do is to connect the bust. This bust measurement we have to the waistline on a straight line like this, straight down, and we'll come out by 1.5 inches to have that curve our kimono used to have. Just come in like this. You can see the way I shape it. Then now we have to connect the waistline to the hip. So guys, now this is it. I will cut this out, then we'll work on the front pattern. Okay guys, I'm done with the cutting of the front and the back. Now we have to cut the back neckline first, then we'll work on the front. This is me cutting the back neckline. Now let's cut the front neckline. Now let's work on the front neckline. We'll work the front neckline. We'll be using 3.5. This is my 3.5 inches here, and I will come down from the neck area where that V will start from 9 inches. This is my 9 inches mark here. Start marking from the hem of the gown 2 inches like this, 2 inches. Now connect this 3.5 like this. You can see I connect 3.5 plus these 2 inches we have here. Then we start going down 2 inches. And this is my 2 inches mark. Okay guys, this is the 2 inches mark. Now we'll cut this out straight down. You can I did on the neckline here is 3.5. Then I came down by 9 inches where the V will stop, and from there I started marking 2 inches here, and I connect this 3.5 to these 2 inches. You can see it's like a V, then straight down. Now cut this out and we'll start sewing the front and back together. All right guys, I'm done with the
folding of the hemline. You can see how it is. Now I'll give this a good press and display this on my dress form for you to see.
Alright guys, I'm done with the cutting of the front and back. I'll be joining the shoulders together on half inches. I'll go to the sewing machine and join on half inches on this shoulder and the other shoulder and show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, I'm done with the joining of the shoulders, the two shoulders. This style has a turn up and you can use any fabric of your choice, but I'll be making use of this satin fabric for the turn up. So I'll use my pressing iron to press this down and I will sew it at the back of the fabric like this. This is the back of the fabric. Let me pin this down so you can see what I'm trying to explain. I'm done pinning this down. Then after sewing it, you can double stitch this on like this, and you turn this to the front like this. You can see how it is. This is how we turn the sleeve. Let me do it again so you can see. After sewing it at the back of the fabric, then you turn it to the front like this, and you sew on it like this. So after sewing this down, we have to work on the front also. You know, we removed 2 inches from the front. Now we'll place it back with this bridal satin. I cut 2 pieces out of. I cut this into 2. I'll be joining it at the sides here. I'll be joining this, and after I join it, I will iron it and fold it like this. The width is by 6, the length is by 132 inches. When you want to get the length of this, you fold the neckline together like this. You fold the neckline together like this, and you launch this place. Then you measure to the hem of the gown. You measure what you have like this, straight down to the hem of this gown. So when I measured mine, I have 132 inches, and I've cut it out on the bridal satin. I'll go to the sewing machine now and sew this together. After sewing it, I will iron it and fold it into 2. Then I'll be sewing it round this neckline. The place that has joining, let me use my pin to pin it down so I can explain it better for you. Let's assume that I've sewn this down. You fold like this and you start joining from this launch area we have here. You know we have launch here. That's the center back. Then you join this joining together to this place like this, and you sew it to the hem line. Now let me sew this and show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, I'm done with the turn up of the sleeve. You can see how it is, and I've turned this collar in. I've turned it. You can see how it is. This is how you sew, then you turn it to this other side. So now you can see I've given this a good press. Now we have to join the sides. We're joining the sides on 1 inch straight down, because it's 1 inch we add for ease. So I'll mark 1 inch. I'll come here also and mark 1 inch. I'll just mark it straight down and go and join it on the sewing machine. So guys, I'm done with the joining of the sides. You can see how it is. Now we'll just overlap this on 0.25. You know we came down from the neckline by 8 inches, so we'll just leave the 8 inches mark like this, and we'll start joining. After joining it a bit, you know, on the hem line, this joining will not get to the hem line. We'll
stop at our new line, which is 40 inches. I will stop there, and the main one will be the slit. After joining this, I will just put this cover button. I will tack it here and leave like 1.5 inches tack here and tack it here also. So now let me do this and show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, I'm done with the placing. You can see how it looks, and I've tacked in my cover buttons. You can see how it is. The distance from one cover button to another is 2 inches. So now this is it. You can see how beautiful it looks. This is how you place it on each other. You can see I place it on each other on 0.25. It's not up to half inches, and the slit is by 40 inches. So now we are almost through with this. We just have to fold the hem of our gown. So now we'll go and fold this on 1 inches all the way round. Alright guys, I'm done with the folding of the hemline. You can see how it is. Now I'll give this a good press and display this on my dress form for you to see. Yippee-ki-yay, we are done with this gown. You can see how beautiful it looks. Thank you guys for watching to the end. I really appreciate you guys. Please don't forget to like, share and comment on this video, because when you like, it gives me the courage to do more for you. Thank you once more, and see you guys on my next video. God bless you.